the data points about me are like don't paint me in a super flattering light, I guess.
What are the
Oh,
data
And
points?
what are the data points about you? I feel
oh,
like aren't you like somewhat fine? Like, you have a job.
Somewhat
Like, it's
fine.
like no, I just mean like what's up, everybody? We are back, season 2, ship posting with the lads. We're all tired because
it has
we
been
have
a
horrible
hot.
sleep habits. But how is everyone doing today?
Good.
It is a beautiful Sunday morning over in Illinois. Um, as beautiful as beautiful as it can be with the blinds closed and me wishing I was still
Just dox
unconscious.
yourself. I mean, whatever. It's
Did you go outside?
No, what the fuck?
So how the fuck are you saying it's
fine.
beautiful then? What are you?
That's the joke, dude. I'm looking at it through my blind and I'm like,
All
those
right,
things out.
all right.
Weather.
Well, it's doing. I have no idea if it's even raining outside because I woke up and then did the morning stuff and then basically hopped on right after. So yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same.
All right. Well, you guys want to start the life updates? We haven't been on this podcast in a while, hot minute. So
Yeah, dude. I guess I'm going first. Uh, so I think for Michael and I, we're both graduating soon. We both found jobs. I
Indeed.
will be moving to Michigan for a position at General Motors. Um, yeah, I'm trying to sort in my head a little bit which are publicly shareable details and which are not. Basically, it's a 2-year rotational program every 6 months. I get rotated to a new position, new project.
Oh wait,
I can't.
that was my original offer that I got this summer, or like after the summer.
Oh,
Like,
wait, your offer changed?
well, no, like the one that I didn't get from or the one I got from Synchrony, the company I worked for over the summer. Like,
Oh, yeah.
actually, they might have
it
done
was
this.
also rotational.
I
It
actually
seems
think they stole their um. Well, okay, they stole their system from GE before.
yeah. I don't know what the origin of the rotational program is, but it seems like it's pretty common for big companies. I don't know if it's even specifically just tech companies anymore. It's just like a thing.
Yeah. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
So yeah, yeah, it's gonna be in Michigan. Um, I'm pretty happy with the position actually because it's um I mean, okay, so actually, recently there was this like data set released from my university about like earnings from like
Mhm.
each major and graduates and stuff. For my major, I'm in like the 90th percentile of earnings, and then for my college, I think I'm at like 75th. So I feel like I'm
Nice.
doing okay.
Wait,
Um,
what? Your major is lower than the college overall.
yeah, my so it's tilted a little bit because like the fucking CS gods paid like 6 figures right out the bat. Uh,
Aren't there like history majors and like music majors and stuff?
well, when I say my college, I mean like the College of Engineering. The university,
Oh, I got you what you're saying. I thought you were just talking about university as a whole. I
no,
was like, how's that possible?
that's why I said college. But
Oh,
I did take a look at like some of the other schools and stuff, and yeah, I'm definitely kicking their ass. Uh, the engineering average is a little skewed because I think like CS, computer, and then I think like the petroleum engineering ones, well, also aerospace. Actually, aerospace makes a decent amount of money. Like they pull the average much higher than I think like the rest of the engineerings. Um, but yeah, so pay wise, I'm pretty happy. I like the company. It's nice and big and established. I think it's pretty solid for a first position. And then like another thing is about a year in, I become eligible for tuition assistance, so I can start working towards my master's. So at the very least, I have a plan for the next 3-ish years or however long it takes me to do my master's part time. Um, the one thing I don't like is that it's in Michigan, and I don't like the snow. And Michigan gets a lot of snow.
That's what you don't like about Michigan?
Wait, I'm actually.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know
Alright.
much about like the details of living in Michigan just yet. I need to find a place to live, but I guess that's a segue into a different topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice to know what I'm going to be doing after graduating.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I should talk a little bit about how I came to get this position. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so it was
Did you not just
through.
apply and then?
Well, yeah, it was a little less straightforward than that because they had like a special link, um, and it wasn't as public as maybe like applying to like an Amazon thing or whatever. We call this foreshadowing. Um, but so what happened is these recruiters came to like give an info session at uh this like one of the clubs I'm in, and I'm the VP of that club, or at that point in time I was. And so I think that kind of helped boost me to uh like a position where they would look at me a little bit stronger, I guess. I still had to go through like 3 rounds of screenings. There was one phone interview, one recorded interview, and then one like Microsoft Teams interview. The phone interview was like 10 minutes and was basically just confirming that I was a real person and not a yeah, well, actually, well, before all that, I did send in my resumes. And
I mean,
then
this sounds pretty standard, right? This is all pretty standard.
so um what so okay, compared to other offers I've gotten, I think it took longer, and there was this was like a three-phase thing. The other ones were like two-phase. Uh, they didn't have that initial phone one. I'm guessing that's probably because like GM is like a larger. What are the other jobs I got? The other job that I got like offer in hand with like contract that I didn't sign, was one with a military research base in Indiana. Um, and they kind of I also did like a phone interview, two phone interviews actually, not three, just two phone interviews with them. And those were also relatively short. I ended up not going with them because the pay was like average. Like would have put me at like 60th percentile, I think, for my major or something. It's like hell no. Um, Also the projects themselves didn't seem that interesting.
Okay,
Um,
I have a question now. So now that you brought this up earlier, but do you guys have a preference for like working at like a big company versus startup versus I don't know, like research or like whatever else, basically like
oh
um
yeah, 100%. Um, for a first position, I want to be at a big company. Because I feel like they're going to give you training, and it's just like a nice, smoother transition into the real world because it's almost like a bit of an industrialized process for them. So I feel like they take care of you a little better, and they understand that you're a fresh grad and all that. Um, Also, I guess in my case, the pay at the bigger company was just much better. Um, in at least in the government thing, they had like grades of pay. It was like went from like 5A to like 12A or something. At least like there's like GDP something bands. I'm just throwing out terms because I forget exactly how it kind of works. But I think it was like there's very little room for salary negotiation. Not that I negotiated that much anyway. I did ask. I was like, is this it kind of thing. Um, I wouldn't mind working at a startup later in life when I have a bit more experience and a bit more established. Um, I think the main thing is probably stability coming out of school and just being like, okay, this company is going to exist at least another 5 years, probably. GM has been gone bankrupt before, so I shouldn't jinx it. Um, but yeah, that's stability, and then having like that big name on your resume when you're finding your next job, like I feel like that helps a lot than having to explain kind of what a startup is. Like it's
Yeah. Well, I mean,
all
it's
about
int-
clout these days, man.
it's interesting you say that because like a lot of the people that I'll talk to that are older, they'll always tell me that like the best chance to go into the startup world is when you're young, because then you have time to fuck up anyway. So it's like it doesn't
Right. Okay.
matter.
I mean, let me clarify then. When I say older, I don't mean like with family and kids, right? At that point, you probably need like the most. But I'm saying like, let me get some fucking savings under my name, and
No, no, no. I mean, I agree with you. I'm just saying what other people tell me.
yeah, yeah. And then like for example, they like GM is going to be paying for my masters, right? Like a startup's not going to do that, and like there's like other benefits too. Like I could probably talk about this. Like they do 401k matching, but then they also put in some for you whether or not you contribute, which
Right,
is
right,
really
right.
nice. So like the little details like that, um, I feel like startups just wouldn't bother with. They probably give you like the basics and they'll be like, all right, get to work. Also, I don't know, like I'm thinking a little bit about like work life balance, right? Like being an entrepreneur, being in a startup, I feel like you're gonna have to like be on call and give like 100% all the time, right? It's such a small team,
Yeah.
and you probably get multiple roles. Um,
I mean, it depends on how much of a startup it is, but um, it's definitely a more stressful experience.
yeah, I mean, I can imagine myself doing it if it was like a project I was really interested in and really passionate about. I just haven't found something like that right now. I mean, I personally want to start a company at some point in the future. I don't have an idea that I think is good enough for that just yet. Yeah.
What about you, Taylor?
Yeah. So I think I'm similar. I have to try both to know if I like one or the other one. So I think yeah, I ideally I go straight into like a large one, and then after that, after 3 or 4 years of that or 2 years of that, I jump to like a startup or something.
Right.
Yeah, and then I try both to see which one I like. Hmm.
Yeah.
How many
Well,
years off are you from job hunting again? Like 2 years? 1 year?
Yeah, I'm graduating in 2 years. 2 years. 2 years
Okay.
behind you guys. So
internship hump
yeah,
though next year.
internship hump though. I have an interview today actually, but
Oh shit.
it's whatever. I also have an OA I have to do today,
Nice, nice.
but yeah.
I mean, I've actually gotten the experience in working in both a startup and corporate already, but like
Damn.
it's it's like hard to compare though, because like they're kind of different the ones I worked at were like different sectors, because one was like the culture was very old school, where it's like, so the place I worked at over the summer, um they're like super old school. um they're like very much like, oh, we respect the old guard that have worked here for like 30 years. And everyone who came originally from the GE merger, whatever, or the G, what is it, not merger, split off or whatever.
Acquisition. Oh no, it's
Yeah,
not big.
yeah, like they were forced to split because like whatever, like monopoly something laws or whatever. I don't.
Oh,
This is like their,
antitrust.
yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't remember the exact term, but anyway. So like when they were forced to split, like they had a bunch of the people come from GE. And so like the people who come from GE are like all the ones that they like are respected. And so like, nobody really does work there, and it's like the company's like failing and everything, and nobody just gives a shit. But like it's all about like PC culture, don't do any work, but just appear like you're doing work, and like that kind of stuff, which is just like,
Just a pair if you're doing work.
no, I'm not
Okay.
kidding. And then like when I was working there, it's just like I know that if I went there, that I would probably get like promoted really fast, and like that I would like not have to like work very hard, because like when I was there over the summer, like I was working like 2 hours a day basically, because it was a remote position. And then they were like, yeah, you're doing a great job or whatever. I'm like, all right, well, you guys have low standards. And I got the return offer, and I told them I would go back just because I was like, the offer was like for like 2 weeks or whatever, open for 2 weeks or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'll come back. And then later I found another job that's much better, and I was like, fuck you guys, I'm out.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a bit of a good segue into I think a question Michael asked me, which is like when do you think like the job is good enough, and like when do you stop your job hunt, right? Like because theoretically you could always keep looking and looking for something better out there.
I mean, I think it's like depends on what you're happy with, because I know like if I wanted to do like quote unquote work life balance or like like basically don't work at a job, like I could go to that job and like fucking cruise for like the next 5 years and make like decent money. But like I feel like that's like not even a good like it's not a good. First off, it doesn't build good habits because like that's not gonna be the way that I should be like approaching a job in like my career. Because like if I just like get complacent and lazy at this company, then it's like if you like if I go to work at like an actual company that demands you to work, like it's just gonna be you're just gonna be stressed all the time, right? So
yeah. I mean, like
also the pay is just like I mean it's average. It's not the worst, but it's not amazing either.
yeah. Well, okay, Tyler, do you have any input? Like, when will you stop your job hunt? Well, what's the criteria for you to be happy with a proposed position?
Realistically, if I accepted an offer from a company that I don't want to like be blacklisted from, that's when I'll stop. So,
Yeah, I
Do you
think that's
think?
fair.
Okay.
mm.
So okay. So what's your criteria for that? Like they're a big enough name.
Yeah, well, yeah. So they have to be a company that first of all they actually blacklist you because some companies don't, right? Um, and then after that, it's like, do I like would I want to come? Would I want to reapply here in the future? Um, and that comes down to like yeah, like name and pay and stuff.
No
So,
and stuff. Okay, yeah. Because what comforted me was like that university-wide earnings statement document, and I was reading. I was like, okay, I'm doing pretty good. I personally think the company's fine. I know people shit on American cars and shit on GM in particular, but I'm like, it's okay. It's okay.
I mean, if anything, like you're probably even higher than 90%, right? Because you're in Michigan, and then I bet a bunch of those people are going to way more expensive places.
Yeah, that's actually fair.
Like, right?
what do you mean, like jobs wise?
Or
Yeah,
like
yeah, like say they're earning slightly more than you, but they're going to San Francisco or like they're
right,
going to New York. They're going to like Austin. They're going to Houston,
you're getting
right?
No, I did
get
look at this.
It's like significantly less
yeah.
compared to you, like spending power wise.
Yeah, like I looked at this quality of life, like what's it fucking called? The basically the thing that like that adjusts for like what
Index.
your life would be given a certain pay.
Mm-hmm.
And I converted it to like California, and I would be making six figures in California. So that's nice, I guess. But what was I saying?
Yeah, go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, like I don't know, the smaller details kind of add up for me. Like the master stuff. Oh, they're also like paying for like relocation assistance and all that. Like the research based thing was like, are you gonna need to relocate? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, all right, bet, good luck. That's not included. And I'm like, all right. Like
It's
it's like
pretty
little
funny.
stuff like that that kind of adds up.
I
Um,
mean, yeah.
yeah, also they'll do rent assistance for if I have to like break my contract, right? Which um I haven't decided if I will or will not yet. Like, like the contract for the apartment I'm in right now goes until like the end of like midsummer ish, right? So if I decide to move to Michigan early, they'll like pay that rent for
Oh, would you
until
be starting in during the like? Do you know when your start date is? Because I got to pick and they I was like Fuck it. Give me a summer break.
When are you starting as? Or like what options did you have?
I could
Yeah,
start. Oh wait, actually, go ahead, Skyler.
I was gonna say, okay, I had three options. It was January, June, and July.
What, January of next year?
No, January of which, like, this past January. And I was like, yeah, I'm not
Oh,
graduated yet, so no. So it's either June or July. And I was like, well, I'm gonna give myself more time, so I'm just gonna go to July.
okay. Well, what about you, Michael?
Or
I had like as early as like March I could have started, and then as late as like October, and then I chose in August. So I was just like, I'm gonna
Gotcha.
have a normal summer break of 2 months ish, and then go into work.
Realistically, you can't do March, right? Like even if you wanted to, because you
No, no,
haven't
no, I wouldn't have. Yeah,
graduated.
I wouldn't have graduated, but they just gave
Right,
me like
right.
all of the
It's for
windows
people
of
that have.
right.
Gotcha, gotcha.
although what's interesting is I don't think they ever stipulated that I had to graduate. The
I
only
think
thing
that's sued.
I mean, like,
For an engineering position.
they probably like, I mean, it's a very safe assumption on their part that I'm gonna finish my degree because but like
Yeah.
I don't think they ever said I had to. The only thing I think I saw that was like, maybe voiding was like, okay, we're gonna do a background check, and if you're like a freaking criminal, then no. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm all good. They didn't even mention like tests and all that, like, so yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice, I guess.
All right. Do you want to talk about your cat a little bit
Yeah,
before we
so
move on to Michael?
yeah, I got a cat. I think I mentioned it a little bit in the episode, but that's not out yet. Or maybe I just but yeah, I got a cat. I think it was last summer. So I've had her how many months now? Whatever math started, whatever. She's almost 1 year old. Um, it's an adorable little nibbler. She shreds anything paper all the time. It's a little annoying. I just kind of get used to it. But it's just like shredded paper, and I got tired of cleaning it. So all right, it's not like dirty. It's just a little messy, so I'm just gonna leave it. She's playing in my corner a little bit. I don't know exactly what type of cat she is. She's like a small, kind of grayish black. Uh,
It isn't just like a regular cat. It's like a
well, yeah, it's like a domestic. I mean, like, she's not like super special, or whatever. But she's like really cute.
A regular
Um,
cat.
huh?
yes, like a
Well, I mean,
regular like
even regular like a house cat, there's like probably different breeds, right?
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is I don't know what breed she is. So how I got her was a friend of a friend's cat had like a bunch of kittens, and she needed to like kind of like just give them away. And I was like, "Yo, free cat!" So I took one. Um, yeah, it's kind of hilarious.
so I have a question. So about this. Does having a cat for the last year make you so three options, right? Want push you towards wanting to have kids in the future, or pushing towards you not wanting kids in the future, or is it no effect?
Um,
Uh,
no effect. I think.
No effect. Okay. Okay.
I always thought of myself as I will have kids later in life. Um,
Oh, okay. So because you were already okay, gotcha.
I kind of already. I mean, I
Okay,
knew.
because you're pretty sure. So that's why. Okay, I see.
Yeah, I feel well. Okay, I'm just thinking like, dude, if I'm like 80 and I look back, and I was like, no, and I had like no, I'd be like, I feel like I kind of failed a little bit, you know? I don't know.
All right. Yeah.
from an
Because
evolutionary
yeah.
perspective,
Okay.
yes, you did fail.
I will say this, like, it's a great like social thing as well, because like everybody's like, oh my god, you get so cute, and I'm like, no, you want to come hang out? So, so it's like a great like social thing, and then if you
Mhm.
feel like groups of people over, and just like bounce around at different people, they're all like, oh, adorable and like better and stuff. So,
Nice.
yeah, that's nice. She does chew the wires on stuff sometimes. Like I had like a research thing that I was doing, and she just like fucking chewed the wires. And my lab is poor shit, right? So they actually kind of like got mad. These wires aren't free, and I'm like, they're just wires. Can I just have some more? Fine. So, other than that, she's been a pretty good cat so far. She's still really energetic. I'm wondering when she's gonna like chill a little bit, and she is small for her age. I took her to the vet, and she was like, "Yeah, your cat's kind of small, but otherwise pretty healthy. So I don't think there's any issue." Vet, okay. So yeah, that's my cat, I guess. Did you either of you have or ever had pets?
No. I mean, not like really.
Not really, same.
And
Not
no
really.
interest in getting pets?
I mean, not now. I mean, I live in dorm. I have to move a lot, so no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But like in the future ever?
Then that's like I'll consider it then. It's
Probably
not a
not.
thing I'm planning.
I think Michael would be like a cat person.
You think so?
I get like I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised if Michael got a dog, really. Or
Yeah,
like
well, I mean, dogs are like way too high maintenance.
yeah.
Cat, maybe. I don't know. Probably not though.
Well, all right, Michael. You got any updates
I
that
already
you want to
talked a
share?
little bit about my job stuff, but like other than that, it's like everything's been most stuff's been like same as usual. Just been playing games, drawing, watching Hololive, that kind of stuff. Or I mean, VTubers, I guess, but not nothing too interesting. I mean, this weekend's like kind of popping off for Hololive. That's why like stayed up late last night was because there's like a big event going on this weekend essentially for Hololive stuff. So I was like, gotta watch it. But yeah, other than that, not much going on.
Nice, nice. I don't have much new stuff either. I mean, just going to school, finding internships, music stuff. I have songs probably coming out soon ish,
Nice.
and so yeah. And I'm gonna be start posting TikToks. So there's that.
Oh
God
shit.
damn it. Why
But
you-
not like not like memes or dancing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Music.
just covers and originals. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wasn't the Biden admin like inviting to
Sorry, what?
I think I
You
saw
cut out like halfway through.
I saw like a headline of that, like the Biden admin is
Is
Yo,
in
you
what?
keep cutting out. I hear Biden admin is, and then I,
Yeah.
I don't hear any of it.
okay,
Any
okay.
of the rest. I don't
It's
know what
on
you're talking
TikTok, I
about.
assume. Like it's
Hello,
always.
hello,
Okay,
hello.
okay, yeah, yeah.
All
Hmm.
right. Okay, so I saw a headline. I'm gonna preface this by saying I don't know if it's true or not. That the
Okay.
Biden admin is inviting TikTokers to the White House.
Oh.
Oh, I mean, they probably did do an event. I don't know. I have no idea.
You're gonna make a song about Ukraine?
Am I gonna make? No, no. Obviously, no.
Um.
It is not my place to speak of Ukraine. We'll come back to this topic later, though. Actually, it's the next topic, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay.
But
I was gonna ask about this because like if you're starting TikTok, I think we had a topic
mm,
about this before, or like we talked about this before at least. But like I heard that like TikTok is like the easiest to like get noticed. Because like
nowadays, yeah,
there's like
because
something where like it like auto promotes the first like 3 posts or something that you make on TikTok or something. Like the
oh,
system does or
it does
something.
do that, but that's not why it's good. It just there's the discovery is better because it doesn't the things that so it's completely recommended to you, right?
Okay.
It's like as if YouTube pushed every video it would recommended to you automatically, so you have to watch them, but you can just skip them,
Oh,
right?
okay. Wait, is there
Um,
a search function on TikTok or no?
yeah, but you
Nobody uses
wouldn't
it.
use it unless you're
Okay.
search for something that you watched in the past.
Okay. So
But it's just a feed that you endlessly scroll, kind of like Reddit almost, right?
okay. Like Twitter or
Um,
whatever.
yeah, and then but there's the main page doesn't really go by what you follow.
Interesting.
It goes by it has an algorithm that thinks what you like, and then it's a very good algorithm, and that's why it's been very successful. So in a sense, it promotes people you haven't seen before, as long as they make good stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then
But
the other reason why its discoverability is good is that a lot of people are using it more so than Instagram or
Right.
Facebook or yeah or YouTube now. So
Yeah, I mean YouTube discoverability isn't very good. You have to get
Yeah, so that's why it's very good. Also, another thing for people that aren't that into making videos is that the expectation on TikTok is that like it's a very poor. It's like a camera shot video. It's like very,
Like
I guess,
low.
amateur. So like if you're a creator that doesn't do video, it's really good for you so that you don't have to spend time making the video look good
I
because
see.
the expectation is for it to be like raw essentially.
I see.
So that's another plus. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I don't have a job, so I'm still gonna be poor next year, unlike these two guys. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting
Okay.
paid
So
big money.
yeah, Michael's making big money. He's giving,
Michael's making big money.
Michael's gonna get the Bezos box.
Bezos.
Daddy Bezos. Yeah. Um.
Michael's taking the mom and pop fucking going in daylight, robbing the mom and pop stores. Just fucking ripping those fucking.
Michael's single-handedly responsible for choking the life out.
Michael's responsible for destroying middle America people.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
He's the rich now.
Yeah, dude. When Michael's classmate says "eat the rich," they mean Michael. All right, guys. Next topic, right? So, would you defend your country if another country invades? I mean,
So
like they're in your country, like the foreign armies in your country. This is not a.
I need like a specific like. Does this mean you literally go and shoot the enemy, or you just support the war effort?
No, I mean like you enlist as a volunteer in the army,
Uh,
which generally means yeah, you're gonna be fighting. Unless you have another skill, like if you're a doctor, in which case you'll probably be a doctor. But
yeah, I was gonna say like I'd probably be like a military engineer. Like I'd probably work on their vehicles and stuff. Um, I don't know if I would be the dude with the gun on the front lines.
I mean, I think if like say a war breaks out now, you can't just become a military engineer. Especially those jobs are already taken by people that are already the engineers. Also, engineering in the military is a pretty tough job. Like the engineering corps, it's like it's arguably tougher than infantry.
Well, okay. I know a guy who's like in like the Air Force engineered stuff. He says it's really easy. And like
Is he engineer? Is he an engineer like your sense of an engineer, or like an engineer corps, like people that defuse bombs and build makeshift bridges for tanks?
so what he does is he like maintains and repairs
So
planes.
he's okay. So I think usually people call that mechanics because engineering is a different thing.
I guess okay, it might be more accurate to call him a technician.
Yeah. Because engineers is like a frontline thing. Like you're on the front line, and that you essentially support the front lines, but you're actually there.
I don't know because I have
All right. Well, regardless, would you pick up a gun and defend your country if another country invades? I guess is the question.
Probably not, because I'd be fucking dead weight and I'm gonna fucking
yeah, the
die.
thing is, I'm not sure I would be able to actively contribute, because I have weak stamina and asthma, so like I don't know how great of a soldier I'd be. Like I would want to support the war effort for sure. Like I want to like support defending our home and stuff, but I don't know. Like I actually legit might be like a line battlefield. Like so, I don't know. Probably not the dude with the gun, but I would definitely like enlist to be like, you want some R&D for new weapons? I'm your guy. Like I'll probably help with that.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess for all of us is a no.
If it came to it, if it came down to it, like I don't know, the situation would have to be like super desperate for like people like us to enter the field. I feel right? And then also, like, this is America, right? So like, if America's getting pushed to that, dude, we're pretty fucked. Like,
I mean, I'm definitely
Right,
fucking
it's a hypothetical question,
yeah.
right?
in terms of being a soldier, I'd probably be like bottom 10 or 20%, like fucking in the populace or something. Like I am not physically fit.
Yeah, dude, you have to like run around with like 100 pounds of gear strapped. That's tough, dude.
So I guess it's a no from all of us. All
Yeah.
right. Oh,
But I guess let's add another twist. Like, what if we were? Would you then
well,
hook up?
I am physically fit. I'm literally in the military,
Okay,
or
well,
like I was.
so
I'm
okay,
currently a
so
reserve.
for Michael and I, we're kind of pussing out because we're like, well, let's say we
Are
were.
you sure you're not fit, dude? You told me yesterday you benched 250.
Uh, I said 235. What the fuck did
Okay.
I say? 250.
Okay, 235. Same thing.
Zach benches 250. 235. Yeah. See, okay, that's first of all, that's my one rep max, and my legs started to cramp at the end.
But I think I think you overestimate how fit soldiers are. Not everybody is like American Sniper, you know.
Okay, true, I guess. Um, I don't
Like you
know.
don't have to be like a athlete level of like fucking Marines something to be in the military to shoot a gun.
True. I guess it's also more about like, can you conquer your fear of dying? I guess. Yeah, I
Um,
guess if it came down to it, then yeah. Well, actually, do I have family at that point? That would definitely make me hesitate. To be like, if I had a wife and kids, probably not. But if I didn't, that makes it lean towards yes a little more, a little more.
um,
Well, I mean, even if I was physically fit enough, I guess chances are probably not still, because it's like I just feel like I don't have that much of an attachment to the U.S. as a country that I would be like, yeah, I'd die for this country or whatever.
all right, these are all very fair answers.
I mean, I would also say like I feel like it's important for the U.S. to exist, right? Like, if the U.S. falls, like I feel like who's next in line, right? Like China. I don't know. I don't know if I want China to be number
Yeah.
Russia one. So I may not like love. Well, that's not true. I do like the U.S. I think it's a good country. I think it is trying. Let me put it that way. It's trying. Um, yeah, that's a tough sell. I think like let's okay. So like let's say like right at this moment, China invades and I'm magically super fit somehow.
No,
Right?
let's just say like you're in a situation like Ukraine, right? Where it's like a larger country is invading.
A larger country than the U.S.
Yeah, I mean just like hypothetically, right? Because realistically, US is never gonna.
Nobody's
The
gonna.
world is ending before a foreign army is stepping on the US because of nukes, right? So it's never gonna happen.
So again, so if
So like hypothetically, if you're like in a Ukraine situation,
oh, it's like if I was Ukrainian, then probably yes.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You would in that case? Wait, what? But what's the difference though?
Um, that one feels more like
He could probably maybe it's because like he feels like he could actually help because like the U.S. like
yeah, that one feels a bit more desperate, and because part of my decision process is like, what's the risk versus the potential return, right? Like in a
Yeah.
situation U.S. is being invaded, like we're so fucked on so many levels that like I'm like I don't know if me throwing my butt, you know what I mean? Like throwing my life at the
I think
situation.
so. Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas
So it's like you're considering like other factors, like the world economy is fucking completely in ruins. There's probably gonna be nukes in, or we're all gonna die. So no, I see
yeah,
what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
not considering those. It's like it's more like Ukraine.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
in that case.
Look, if I was Ukrainian, I mean, first of all, I think I would be required because I'm pretty sure like everyone like what 16 to 64, that's all the men have to stay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't think that means you have to fight. It says you can't leave the country. I mean, you can still sneak out though. If
Yeah, there. I was looking at some articles that
yeah.
saying.
Then I don't know. I think I mean, you know, well, yeah, I think I would. Well, the other thing is also I feel like in a combat situation, I imagine. I mean, I've never really been in one. I would imagine that I'd probably keep my head uh, cooler than let's say the average person. I feel like I could at least. I think I could be an asset in that situation. So damn, I
Okay.
guess personally yes. Okay.
Okay. So, well, we can move on to the next one because my answer is also no. And
Okay.
the reason is because I have no idea what country I would be defending in that case, but I don't really like. I think we went over this, but I don't really like Singapore that much. So, yeah, did not even live there for that long. So, uh, realistically, if war broke out, I would not like fly back to volunteer, right? So,
Right.
yeah. All right. Our next topic is what. At what point do you think about quitting a game you have been playing for years?
Okay. I might.
Um,
It's
So
just funny because each of us have different games. I think, right?
right. So I'll give some background on this a little. I guess a little bit. So there's been two games that I've played for longer than like 3, 4 years. One of them was League, and I used to play League for starting in like 2013 or 2014, and I played until like 20 on and off even until 2019 or even 2020. I don't know actually if I did in 2020, but like until pretty recently. And then like I haven't played in I don't know like a year and a half or something, 2 years. I don't know the exactly how long, but I've basically quit. And then the other game now I'm thinking about is Pokemon because I've played Pokemon since I was like literally a kid, but I've been playing competitive for like the last 10 plus years now, and it's been coming to the point where I'm starting to think about quitting, and I'll give a few reasons why. Um, but like primarily the core of it is I feel like I haven't really achieved anything, and it's starting to get a lot less fun and more taxing. Um, like I feel like at some point I'm starting to ask myself the question like, what is the point? Instead of like, I'm looking forward to like playing the game kind of thing. And
Damn.
um, I mean, part of that is like there's other games now that I'm playing that I'm having more fun with, and I feel like I'm achieving more in because like I don't know about you guys, but like part of the fun of playing games for me is also that like I feel like I'm improving at
Like,
like at some pace that I can actually like see. I don't know about like what your guys' thoughts on that are.
um,
um, for me, I guess there's only been a couple of times I've like just decided to quit a game. Maybe I can't remember if I did that for League, but if I did do that for League, it was just because I was like complete burnt out and I was not enjoying ranked anymore.
Mhm.
Um, so that's like, I'm gonna quit again. But the other time that I remember is for sure is that I had to like quit Valorant, right? I had to like uninstall and then decide to not play because it was just like I was spending all day playing it. It was like getting destructive. I think in other cases, if I just like over time, just like slowly stop playing a game, I don't really think of it as playing a game. It's just me like not really enjoying the game anymore.
Mhm.
And then in that case, like if I want to start playing it, I would just go back to it, and I'm not necessarily quitting a game. So yeah, yeah. What was
for
that?
me, like the number one thing for games is like, so as long as I still have fun with it, then no. The one case where I have like sort of quit a game is Titanfall 2. how long did I play that? I'm pretty sure I played it for like 2-ish years.
Wait, only 2 years? I would think more considering how you talk about it.
Yeah. See, the thing is, so I think I checked like my origin and I logged I think like 900, close to 1,000-ish hours in Titanfall 2.
Mhm.
And then I just kind of drifted away from the game. Also, so like for these types of shooter games, they have like different objectives and like play modes and stuff, right? I almost always play like the default like Slayer attrition deathmatch type
Mhm.
game. Like I don't like capture the flag or whatever. Um, and that got boring for me after a while. Uh, like 1,000 hours into anything. So I kind of naturally drifted away from that game. I still like have very fond memories. Um, Unfortunately, I can't play it now because I think the servers are like
Yeah, I
just
heard.
yeah, like fucking respawn just doesn't care. Um, so I mean, I would play the shit out of a Titanfall 3 when it come out. Um, but then okay, so the other game I talk about is Overwatch. And Overwatch, I have like you guys know, I have like a really like love hate relationship with. I probably uninstalled and then reinstalled the games like 8 or 9 times at this point. Um, Sometimes I'm just like, man, fuck this game. It's so fucking bullshit. Yeah, fun to forget. Or it'll be like, right before exam season where I'd be like, all right, none of this for a while. Um Recently though, actually, so I also thought that maybe like 1,000 where my interest in something like naturally um and interestingly, I think I'm at about like 1,000 hours on Genji now, and I'm starting to play like a lot of other characters because I maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours Overwatch yesterday. I think I only played Genji once. Even when I had the option to, like, I'm gravitating towards, and I'm having fun doing that. Instead of like grinding this one character. Oh, but also I think another different part for me than like Tiger, for example, I don't like to play ranked. I don't like to tilt in games. Um, so whereas you both are like, I want to improve or whatever. To me, it's all about like the fun of it, right? Like,
Okay, so
yes, I've gotten better,
To
but
me,
huh?
yeah.
well,
To me, the fun of it is like winning in ranked. Because if I'm
yeah,
playing the non-ranked version, when I win, it doesn't feel good. Because it feels like other people aren't trying.
yeah,
Feels
I agree
good.
with that, and
It's
also,
like I'm playing its AI. Yeah, sorry. Go
Tiger,
ahead.
I'm gonna ask this
Yeah.
question as well because I'm curious about your answer to this. Is do you think like is like improving at a game part of the enjoyment for you? Like, is that like a core part of like why you play games? Because I mean, it's kind of
Um,
linked to like the like ranking up, but like,
Let me
because for
think
me,
about it. It doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be.
I think
Um,
yes. I would say yes.
it's
Honestly,
like very closely related. Because like, I think once I start reaching like a cap to the game, it becomes like my ceiling to how good I can be at the game. I feel like I don't want I'm just not as interested or in the game anymore. Because like I mean whether or not like we're playing Apex has is because of like Lost Ark and stuff, but this is the case for like all the gotcha games I've quit, all of the like Apex, which I haven't been playing as much recently. It's like mostly because like I feel like I've completed everything and there isn't anything I can do that. I mean, whether that's like from a personal progression standpoint or like an actual account progression standpoint, but basically just that like I feel like I have like nothing left to achieve in the game, and then like that's it. Um,
well, it also depends on the type of game, right? Like competitive games, like shooter like that. Yeah, getting better at the game. But then there's also games where you exhaust, like you 100% the game, like single player
right.
games. And so, um, is your question directed at one or both of those categories?
I I'm saying like mostly for competitive games because like single player games, it's like there's a clear stopping point as to like when you're gonna stop playing the game, because it's just like when you're done with the game, you're done with the game kind of thing. But like it's mostly for games that like are designed so that they're like evergreen games that you can play whenever, like regardless.
Yeah, so if we're talking about like competitive games, like TFT League, even like shooters, right?
Like yeah,
BRs, that kind of games, yeah. Like I feel like I need to be. I'm always trying to improve, and that's like part of the fun of it. But I
right.
do play games that I don't necessarily improve in. Um, like a lot of Paradox games, I just
So
always
the
suck.
paradox games like that too. You don't think that's part of the fun? Like you don't like
Not
paradox
in the
games?
not from game to game. Do you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Yeah, not from like it's not
Yeah,
like,
okay.
oh, I'm starting a new campaign and I want to do better this time, but it's
Oh,
usually I
okay.
have a specific
Interesting.
goal for that campaign and then I try to achieve that within the game itself.
Well, even for like CK for me, I feel like getting better
Uh,
at the game is important. Like if I felt like okay, the thing is with paradox games though, it's like I am nowhere near close to like the ceiling of like how good I could play. So like this is like more moot, but like if I were to get to a point where I played CK for like 1,000 hours and I was like able to like actually play at a very high level, like I feel like maybe it would be like boring for me because then it's like I don't
yeah,
feel like I'm getting better.
if I'm playing like optimally in single player games and the games that I'm actually good at, like the CK, the EUs,
Hmm.
like it's you're stomping the AI every game,
Hmm.
you know. And the game is not made to be played NPs. It's like completely not balanced to
Right.
be played in multiplayer. I think they're best to be played. Well, for me, it's like a half RP, half immersion kind of
Hmm.
situation. Yeah, but that's also why I don't play it that much. But when I do play, like once a month or maybe once every 2 months, I play like way too much. But then I stop playing it until the next campaign that I want to play. So,
That's fair.
uh, yeah. But for games that are like competitive, yeah, I think trying to improve is always part of the fun, like TFT.
Yeah.
Like I want to do better, and I guess that is like improving, right? Like if I go like a
Yeah.
crazy kill streak, that's fun to me, but that's also like obviously improving at the game, right? So I guess yeah. So for me, it's like more tangentially related because to me, I don't think, damn, I'm so good at this game. Like it doesn't give me much of a feeling of accomplishment. It actually like makes me feel, damn, I have so little going on in my life that I'm proud of
Holy
being
shit.
at this game.
Are
You
you
know what I
calling me
mean?
out? What the fuck? Damn.
That's the way I view it, right? Um, well,
I
okay.
mean, if I don't have fun playing it, I'm not gonna care about improving. Because, like, for example,
Right, right,
right
right,
now,
of
like, I'm
course.
not playing TFT the last few days. I don't think I'll play until probably set 7. I don't know, because like I'm just not having that much fun playing it right
Right.
now. So, yeah,
Well, like, okay, so for me, I bring this up mostly because, like, my results in Pokemon have, like, basically stagnated. Like, haven't gotten any major results in, like, the past 2 years or whatever, and, like, and any, like, major results that I've gotten in, like, the past 2 years haven't been any better than the ones I've gotten, like, the past 5 years or whatever, like, the 3 years before that.
I mean, do you
And,
still have fun with the game? That's my core ask.
what?
Do,
Do
do
I still have
you?
fun with the game?
Yeah.
Like I have enough fun that I can play it and I wouldn't be bored. But like it's like a situation where it's like would I be having more fun doing something else? Or would I like if I didn't play Pokemon, would that be like healthier for my life? Like would I be able to use that time and like whatever more efficiently? Because like it's for me it's like kind of hard for me to quit Pokemon because a lot of the people that I associate with, including my some of my IRL friends and like a lot of the people I know on the internet, on Discord and stuff, like other than like seeding and the guys in seeding, basically, and like some of my college friends IRL, like probably 80% of the people that I talk to on a regular basis are from a Pokemon background. Like that's how I know them. And so like it's hard for me to quit because like everything is like so immersed in the environment. So it's like
Right, right.
which is why it's like that's part of the reason I'm still playing because I want or like that's just like the community that I'm in. But then like I'm thinking like, at what point do I stop? Because like I haven't accomplished anything. I feel like I've basically plateaued. Um, I feel like I could get a major result, but like at the same time, the amount of time that I've put in and it's just not guaranteed at all, and, and everything like there's so much stuff that goes into it, and like how much am I getting back from it nowadays? Because I mean like I'll, I'll put it this way, like my results in Pokemon are like haven't even like or like part of the reason why this is like becoming more of something I'm thinking about is because like in TFT I feel like I'm actually in a place where I could accomplish something and I'm actually improving, and I feel like if I were to play the same amount of TFT as I did Pokemon in like back in the day, I could easily be in a position that like I can actually accomplish something worth something. If you, I mean, it's just internet clout or whatever if you want to put it that way, but um, I don't know. It's just stuff I'm thinking about.
So I guess like, is there a different way for you to enjoy the game? Is there like one way to really play Pokemon? Like the equivalent for Overwatch is like picking different characters and playing other characters.
Well, I mean, yeah. So like part of the part of the reason why I talked to like one of my Pokemon friends about this before, and then he was basically saying that like if I were to keep so like one thing that I'm known for, like relatively known for in the community, is that I have like weird team choices, and I would like bring like non meta standard stuff. Um, and because of that, like some people think that I would be able to get better results if I just played like the standard stuff, and like there was a few things that like outside of the game improvement kind of things, because like Pokemon is just as much about outside of the game as it is about inside the game. Like in a match, the preparation that goes into the match before the game is probably like 60% of what determines the outcome, and then the other 40% is like actually playing. Um, and so like I've been told, your teams are like sometimes they can work, but if you really want to perform at a high level and get the results, then it's probably best if you just play the standard. But then like playing the standard stuff is like it's not as fun for me. Because like I feel
Right.
like the creativity and like the I don't know, freedom to
Uh,
do whatever is like probably more of the reason why I play the game in the first place. So then it's like that's not something that's like really limiting me.
hmm. I mean, so since you framed it in terms of like investment and return, like time and effort invested and results returned,
Mhm.
to me, I feel like the moment you start thinking about on the down end already, um, because this shouldn't be something that gives you more stress, right? Like it should be a form of stress
Oh well, I mean
relief.
it's not really stress. It's more so like would because like I mean this is like kind of how I would view a lot of things, right? But like I would be happy to just play Pokemon for like the next 5 years and not like worry about it, right? Like, but would I be happier if I played other games or if I did other hobbies in lieu of playing Pokemon? Is basically like the the situation I'm in. It's not that I'm not having fun; it's that I'm having less fun than I did before. And before, the question was never for me about like for me about Pokemon. Is there something that could replace Pokemon? Um, but now the question is like it does have like that is a question I'm asking myself,
I
if
mean,
that makes
is
sense.
is there is there any irreversible effects from you taking a break? Like, could you stop and then come back?
I mean, yeah, I could always, but
Yeah, actually, why not just do that? Because like, I think if you're considering like other games, I mean, I feel like if those are at the forefront of your mind and you feel like you have to kind of push yourself to play the Pokemon, then yeah, don't do it because
Yeah, just like if you don't feel like playing it right now, just don't play it. And then if you want to play it again, just start playing it.
yeah.
like
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
the reason
probably the
why
easiest.
I haven't done that is because it's not that simple for Pokemon, because everything that like all the competitive things that I've done, it's like tournament based. So it's basically like I can't just like okay, like especially most of them are team tournaments. I can't just be like you know, a team if they drafted me. I can't just be like, yeah, fuck off. I'm just gonna quit and then just you know,
You
leave
guys
them. So
please just take the next season off. Just be like next season, hey, I'm gonna do
yeah,
play like less matches or whatever. I
right
don't know how
now,
fucking Pokemon works, but like the next chance you can get to stop for a bit and just stop
yeah.
for a
But
bit.
like then, so I was thinking that before this, like basically this group of tournaments started, which was like 2 weeks ago or something. But then there was a tournament. So there's two tournaments at this time of year that happen like once a year. That I one right now and the one after this that like I always participated in for like the last 10 years, and like I'm part of the people who have like pushed this for a while. So like I feel kind of obligated to join because it's like this is something that um this is basically like the play like one of the communities that like I've helped build up a lot. So like I feel kind of obligated to participate. So I'm like, okay, I'll participate in this, and then so that means it basically pushed back my break date for another like 2 months. So like I don't know. I mean, like it's just like there's always a reason for me to like not take a break if that makes sense, which is why it's like hard for me. But
Yeah, I don't know. Like I because the way what I'm hearing is it sounds like you almost like owe this community your time and stuff, and I feel like you shouldn't think that. It's all in good fun. If you want to like take a break, then I think you should be able to. Like, I understand your obligations. I mean, like, yeah, I get it because like I have similar frustrations with our sensei doesn't come, so I'm the fucking sensei. So in like the same way,
You're a fucking sensei.
I know. Talk about this a little later if you want, but basically, it's like the same as Michael, right? Like, I feel like I've plateaued. I know. I'm doing this for the sake of other people now instead of for myself. I've been able to find some enjoyment in, but it does sound like you just want to like you do want to take a break, a rational kind of excuse to do so. But sometimes I don't think you need to, right? You just be like, yeah, I don't really like play
yeah, but
other
I can't
games.
flake on obligations. It's like too late for that. So
Well, okay, yeah. So don't burn your bridges and all that. So do what you already said you would, but next chance you get, take a break. I think
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
that's why I can keep coming back to Overwatch, just because I can.
If you're, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
I just said like maybe that's why I can keep coming back to Overwatch, is because I keep taking breaks. Right? Like
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If you enjoy it, just keep playing. If you don't, just take a good break and then see if you want to go back to it.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
on the surface, it's that simple, but then like enjoyment for Michael, I think can be broken down into there's
and
the
not
enjoy.
everything that you like everything I do. Like I can enjoy something, but I can enjoy something more. Like there's certain things there. Like I don't know. For example, like I'd rather be playing fucking TFT all day than I don't know whatever than play Pokemon. But like, at what point is that going to be the case? And like, you know, if I don't know. It's just there's a lot of I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Do you guys want to move on?
Okay. Okay. Uh, Next topic? Question mark? Maybe.
Shit.
Okay, sure, yeah,
All right. Next topic. Love life? Question mark. We have any love life updates from any of you guys?
yes.
I don't got anything.
You guys are lame, right, Tiger? Anything?
Wait. You said yes, and then you said Tiger. Anything? What's
Yeah,
your update?
because I'm expecting you to say no. So get you both out of the way.
Michael's not done yet, first of all, but okay, you go first, Skylar.
He said
Wait,
nothing,
what?
didn't he? Yeah,
No,
Michael.
because remember that we had a podcast.
Oh,
I think Michael said on record that he was going to get
yeah.
one, maybe like
True.
literally a year ago, right? It was.
It's been 2 years almost.
I know, but I think the original promise was like next year, but that's like a year ago now, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. At the beginning of this.
But yeah, but we'll get to that. So Skylar, do you want to talk first?
Oh no,
Uh,
I'm getting roasted. I'm getting called out. Oh no.
Yeah. So basically, in the last episode, I got experienced the relationship, so experienced the whole breakup and
Oh
everything.
wait, what? I don't think we heard about the breakup part.
No, I
Uh,
think I heard about it. It was about the parents, right?
yeah. So, fuck. I guess I should start at the beginning.
Yeah, I heard about that, but I didn't know you guys actually broke up because of that.
Yeah. Okay. So let me
Okay.
start from the beginning. Um, so I've known this girl, um, and we were in a club together, and we got along really really well. Um, I didn't like. I always thought she was cute, but I didn't like seriously a relationship with her, and like her until my birthday when she gave me like a really really thoughtful gift. Um, but like the way she worded her card sounded kind of like I was friend zoned, and then my sister and my mom were both, yeah, you're fucked.
Oh,
so
okay.
so I was like, oh, okay, whatever then. I come back a little bit early, at the end of winter break before the new semester starts. Uh, and she's back a little early too, so we just hang out. We hang out a lot. Um, and then I forget exactly how we got onto the topic, but basically I asked her about um partners and boyfriends and all that, and then that was just me like poking a little bit, and then she just kind of turns to me, "Wait, are you asking me out?" And I'm like, "Well, shit, I've been called out." So I was like,
Well, at this point.
I guess I am, yeah. And then she has this like look of like fucking like loading in 2 seconds. And she's like, "No, wait, I wanted to ask you out." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, this works out." Um, yeah,
Wait, so your mom and your sister are completely wrong? Is that what
yes,
you're saying? Wait,
yes. My mom,
did you tell them that?
I did, yeah.
What did they say?
They were like surprised and for a
Okay,
time, for a time.
okay,
So
okay.
yeah, so I was really happy during the time we were together. Um, it was like a nice, pure, wholesome relationship. We oh man, we would like eat and study and play video games and stuff together. Um, it was basically like what we did before already, plus hugs and kisses. Just was awesome, just nice. Um, and like I got to see other sides. See before I know, like kind of happens in a relationship and stuff. Like for example, I found out she was religious. I didn't even find out. I didn't even know she was religious. Um,
That foreshadowing? No,
a little bit. So yeah. I wait a little bit before telling my friends ish. Um, I told my sister, I think before my parents, and my sister was like that. Um, and fuck. I'm trying to remember the exact sequence of events. So, and then I think I tell my parents. Do I tell my parents yet? No, I don't think I do. I don't think I tell my parents until issues start. And so basically, she has a really, I'm just gonna say, controlling parents who don't really believe in her autonomy and don't believe in independence, and have been really harsh and strict on her for most of her life. And long story short, they don't approve of me. They've never met me, and in her own words, she
why
says that.
do they have to approve of you though? Because I mean, it's not like you guys are getting married.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay, okay.
So, like, you know what's ironic is that she says she thinks that if they met me, they would like me. It's just like the data points about me are like don't paint me in a super flattering light, I guess.
What are the data points?
Yeah, what are the data points about you? I feel
Well,
like aren't you like somewhat fine? Like, you have a job.
Somewhat
Like, it's
fine.
like no, I just mean like if I I don't mean it as an insult, but I'm just mean like if you just heard the data points, there's no red flags. It's not like.
That's my seating name for sure. Somewhat fine.
But I'm just saying there are no red flags. Is what I'm saying. There's nothing that would immediately be like, oh, that's kind of sketch, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean,
That's what I mean, because like everything else is subjective, right?
let me clarify. Red flags for them. So what they didn't like was that I was older than her. They didn't like that.
But how much older were you than her? Because I thought she was in your grade or something.
No, no. I am 3 years older than her, 3.5 ish.
Oh, wait. Some people,
So
a lot of people I know would call you sus for that.
yeah, yeah. And my friends tease me about it.
How old are you now? 23, 22?
I'm 23. Yeah.
23. She's 20.
I
Okay,
personally
okay.
think it's not
I
that
think it's
big.
fine.
It's not.
I think it's fine. I personally think it's fine. Yeah.
I
Okay, sorry.
wouldn't make a big
Continue.
deal about it, but I know a lot of people who would think you're sus for that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
I-
Frey would probably say you're sus for that.
yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. Prior to that, the things that were holding me back that made me hesitate in asking her out and being with her was our age gap, and then also the fact that I was going. And I brought both up to her, and she was like, "Neither of those things."
You cut out, by
Okay.
the way. I don't.
So what's the second thing? Yeah,
Your
because I
age
didn't
gap
hear
and
that.
what?
Age gap and the fact that I was going to graduate.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
those are the two things that made me hesitate. And I was like, like she'd be super down with this. And basically, I asked her, I was, these things that are the things that are making me hesitate. Do they bother you? And she's like, no. I'm like, okay then. In which case, I have no issue. But the other things her parents didn't like was also that I was the same ethnicity. Uh, so my ex girlfriend is Romanian, and I'm not. So they didn't like that. And then
Oh,
they didn't.
That's kind of a yikes.
Are her parents very Romanian? Like, or are they like American?
They're pretty Romanian.
Okay, so they were Romanian and then they immigrated here. Is
Yeah.
what you're saying. Okay, gotcha.
Um, and they also didn't like that I wasn't the same. That I didn't take really super seriously. To me, it's kind of like, okay, sure, yeah, it's that thing that my grandparents make during Christmas. Um, I don't think that prevents me from being spiritual. To each his own, I guess. I'm officially Catholic, and she's Christian, and they were like, nah. To me, there's not much of a big difference. It's still Jesus.
Uh huh.
I know wars have been fought over this, probably. I guess to them, it's like a big deal. Although she told me that she thinks that no matter who I was, find fault and knowing certain details about her parents that I'm not gonna put in public, I'm inclined to agree. Um, so I think they're just kind of saying that just because of like who
There's
I
always
am.
things
And,
that you can nitpick. Like,
yeah, the thing is like they're trying to nitpick me, but then also like I don't know. Apparently, she tries talking about my good points to them, and it doesn't really track with them, and they don't really give a shit. They don't really care.
But how long did you guys date for?
Here's the kicker: 2 weeks.
See, I wouldn't even tell my parents in 2 weeks. So I'm surprised she even told her parents. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, her parents check in on her like.
Oh
like
wait, does she live close to? Okay.
no, well, okay. Her parents are in the same state, so it's like easier for them to check.
Uh-huh.
But like, they call her a lot and text her a lot.
yeah, my roommate is like that as well. His mom is very controlling. Like, he said he needs to call his mom at least twice a week, and it's like,
Dude, you try
I
twice.
call my mom. I call my mom like 3-4 times a week. But like if but
Dude,
but she's not
Okay.
controlling.
Here,
I'm
how
just
about
checking in on her.
yeah. Wait, what about this? Do your parents have um fucking like map or like trackers installed on your phone to see what
No,
you're
no, no.
doing?
My parents are not controlling at
Right, no,
all. But I'm just
exactly.
saying,
That's what I'm just saying.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
my roommate, he has a tracker on
That's
his
pretty
phone,
crazy.
so that
That's
like
pretty crazy.
his
My
mom.
mind.
Time to install a spoof. It's GPS spoofing.
Yeah.
Right, but like, so like whenever he
Yeah.
goes somewhere, like his mom will basically like ask him like, "What were you doing?" or like whatever, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah. Exactly that. Like
Okay.
it was like that.
yeah. I
Gotcha.
mean, I don't have that, but like I'm just saying, I know people don't like that. So,
So the thing is, like, if we wanted to, we could get around these like this kind of stuff. But the thing is, she doesn't like lying to her parents, which
Yeah.
ironically is something that I like about her. I like that she's honest and open and respects her parents.
Okay.
So it's kind of paradoxical that one of the things I like about her is also what made our relationship kind of difficult. And so the thing is, the parents knew of my existence. Um, and they were already warning her, like, don't catch feels, and make sure he doesn't catch feels. And the parents,
I
and
don't
it
know
kind
what their parent is arguing about, or what her parents are, because you're graduating in like 2 months. You're fucking god, regardless what happens at this point, right?
I mean,
What are you gonna drive from Michigan to Illinois like every weekend? No,
no,
right?
no. I mean, like longer breaks. I'd probably be able to take some time off and come back.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, that's not gonna work out anyways, right?
I mean, well,
It can, but probably not.
it can.
It can, but it's not really gonna work, realistically speaking.
Yeah,
It
the thing
can,
is,
but
it can. And I was willing to bet on that possibility. I mean, she even told me she was like, "It's someone like me who comes with so many."
wait, you're cutting out. I did not hear
Just keep cutting
anything
out.
about that.
Okay, so she said like, "Why are you with me when he?" And I was like, "Well, because I like you." Anyway, long story
I
short.
think. Did you say she asked why you with? Wait, what? Why
Okay, so
what?
she asked me. She was like, "Why are you with me with so many
Oh, okay.
terms and conditions?"
Oh, gotcha.
Uh,
Gotcha.
I think
and
everyone
I was
has their
like, "Yeah."
own stuff to be self-conscious of. This guy is probably like, "Why the fuck are you with me?" Right?
Um. Well, okay. This is a little personal, but like I didn't think that much because I thought like for once she actually completely as like a person. You know what I mean? Like I think like a lot of your friends and a lot
Bro, fix your mic,
and
please.
Dude,
all the
yo,
shit.
just like reduce the Discord, like the fucking voice activity thing. Like, what the fuck, dude?
You're
Dude,
trolling.
okay.
You're actually trolling.
Hello?
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Manual input. Manual input. How's
Sure.
this? Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I thought that she kind of saw me like as holistically as you could realistically get of me because when you like the relationships you have with people, like they see a specific side of you and they see you in a specific context, right? And that's never like the full extent of what you're like, right? um and she saw like a lot of me. And because I asked her one time, I was like, "Oh, what do you like about me?" Right? I was kind of curious. And she was like, "I like your character and I like your smile." And I was like, "That's really cute." So like I don't know, I was legitimately happy with her. But eventually her parents kind of come down on her hard. uh Basically like break up with him or we'll pull you out of school. um and so obviously she kind of has to. um and so she does. Dude, it was fucking horrible because even while she came over to my place to like break up with me, right, and talk to me, and we were talking, right, and about like 40 minutes in, her dad calls her and is like, "Why are you still at his place? How long does it take to break up with someone?"
Wait, she has a tracker as well?
Yes, dude.
What the fuck? Wait,
Yes.
is this a common thing? I don't know
think
anybody
so.
with a.
I don't think it's a common thing.
No, but um Yeah, and then so basically she's like, please, Dad, let me handle it. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, what the fuck? Come on, dude. Um, yeah, and it was legitimately sad, right? Just imagine having like the girl that you like cry in your arms and being like, I don't really want to, and then I feel like shit, but I have to, kind of thing. Um, so we do, and then I check in with her about like 2 weeks after that ish, just gonna give time for everything to like cool off and for me to feel like shit about it. Um, and I call her, right? I'm like, like, how's it going, kind of thing. And then like, is there a plan? What's the plan, kind of thing. And then she basically goes like, yeah, I think like in the long run, um, like the fact that you're not religious is or not religious enough is would put strain on the relationship and stuff. And lot details aside, I think like the fundamental question I asked her was like, do you think you would have broken up with me even without your parents' interference? And she says yes. So I'm like, all right then, like, GG's, I suppose. And
Wait, so is she super religious then? So
um,
I thought it was just her parents that were super religious for some reason. I don't know.
she is. It doesn't outwardly show that much. Um, because like I said, I didn't even know she was religious until we started dating. Um, and it's not like I don't have extremely religious people in my life, so I like know how to deal with it and how to navigate those types of things. But then I also thought like, would I ever get to a point where I would be super super religious? The answer is probably no. So
Mhm.
she said this one line. It was like, God would be at the center of our relationship, and I'd be like, yeah,
Oh,
no.
what the fuck?
Yeah, so I was like, no,
Fuck.
I don't like. I would not frame it that way. I'd be like, we're the center of our relationship. So I was originally, sad and angry that I get fucking third partied, right? I'm like, God
That's
damn it.
everybody my god, dude.
I know, I know. Dude,
Everybody my god, dude.
you know what was fucking trippy as hell too? Like, her mother would call like half the times that we were together, and then the mother would be like, God told me that my daughter was sinning or something along those lines or whatever. And it's fucking crazy because she would have like we would be at her place and stuff because of the tracker she couldn't be at mine, so we were just like hanging out at her place. And so we joked that like we can hide from the GPS tracker but we can't hide from the fucking eyes of God, dude. uh yeah.
Fuck. This okay. This is kind of crazy actually, but okay.
I mean, yeah. So I was originally, really sad and angry. I was like, God damn it! I finally had something nice and like a proper relationship for once. Someone who actually likes me back this time, and I get fucking third party. Like it ends and it's like completely out of my control. It's completely not my fault, and it wasn't because of us, right? Like it wasn't because we couldn't work. It's because this fucking third party trying to like interfering, right? So I was originally really sad and angry. Ironically, that week we got like a snowstorm, so like all the classes went online. So I was just like holed in my room, just stewing for like a solid week. Um, I also like didn't do shit, so like I was behind on like all my assignments and everything. Um, but after we had that like other talk where she was like, "Yeah, I probably would have broken up with you anyway," I felt a lot better about it. I was like, "Okay, okay then." I like GG's, I suppose. I'm okay now. In the moment, I definitely felt like shit. Uh, one of my friends was like, the silver lining is that now you can pull bitches. And I was like, okay. I mean, I guess, yeah, I guess.
So,
I'm out.
what's your? Do you think you guys are still friends, or do you think you're still because you said you were friends with her before?
Yeah, yeah. No, we haven't talked since then.
Oh, okay. So
We
it's
haven't
just
messaged
okay.
each other since then. It's a little sad, right? Because
So
like every
is it
time,
worth it? Do you think?
is it? What do you mean? Oh, like the
Was it
relationship?
worth it in hindsight for 2 weeks, and then you lost a friend?
Uh, yeah, yeah. I
What
mean,
about the
I don't
experience?
really. I don't really
I'm
have.
just curious because it's yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
It's-
really have any regrets about it because I don't think either of us really did anything wrong. And there isn't really anything I can go back and change, right? Um, it's unfortunate for sure, and I didn't like the way it ended, and then like some of my friends were like, she might be reverse justifying, like she might accept her parents' conclusion first, and then try to find ways to like justify not being with me and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay,
Um,
like you can think about it this way too, though, because like from her perspective, like if her parents aren't gonna approve anyway, like it's probably easier just to say like yes, like I would have broken up with you anyway, because like then it just makes it easier to just sever the relationship. Because it's like if you say like no, then like what? Like,
yeah, yeah.
and
I don't
I
know.
mean,
The
it's
thing is also, it's conflicting with what certain things she said when she broke up with me in person, and then this was over a phone call, so I couldn't see her face and anything.
right, and it's
Uh,
also like she could have also been trying to convince herself, right? Like it's not only about like the her to you relationship. It's also about like what she thinks herself. Like if she's struggling over like this, and then she's like just says like no to you, it's just like more reaffirming her for herself. Because like it's not like she can do anything about it, right? Like if her parents are going to be like this, it's just unfortunate.
yeah.
yeah,
It's not really in her
yeah.
control either. So
I mean, yeah, we talked about this a little bit. Like me to her, I was kind of like, well, I mean, are you going to be under your parents' thumb forever, basically? Like, um, and she didn't have like a good answer for me. But without getting too personal about it, uh, long story short, yeah, I think
Yeah. Okay.
experience for me. My parents ended up actually really liking her. I mean, I would like I would just tell them things like about her, and like they would like that and stuff.
Wait, you told your parents?
Yeah, because towards the end, I asked like my dad for advice, like how do I
Oh.
deal with this? And
Wait, what did he say?
he had a crazy idea actually. I forget if it was him or my mother, but they had a crazy idea that they were like, from the parents' perspective, they probably view like dating as a much more serious thing than like uh, Americans do, right? Like Americans, I feel like view dating pretty casually. Like Asians, and I'm assuming like a more conservative culture, like Romanians, they probably view it as a much more like serious thing, right? Like this is going to lead to marriage and all that, right? And
Uh,
so my parents' crazy idea was just get engaged, dude.
what the fuck? Wait,
Yeah,
what?
that
and
That is a
just
crazy idea. Wouldn't that be
just
worse?
that would
yeah.
just be
Don't
stupid.
don't don't you want to show them it's not that serious? Is the whole point? Does that? Okay, it's fine. Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know, right? Like you could go the route of like showing them it's not that serious, or you can go the route of showing them like you are serious and you're like proper and you
Oh,
take care of their daughter kind of thing. But
wouldn't they have like? Okay, yeah. I feel
both
like
me
they
and my
wouldn't accept
sister
that. Right?
were like, no, like that is a very big step to take immediately, kind of thing. Um,
Also, wouldn't they take issue with that because you're not that religious? Is
yeah.
that
Well,
really
the thing
important?
is like I will probably. So I thought about it like kind of realistic too. Like I will probably change in ways I don't expect through being in a relationship, and then also being with like my wife eventually, right? Like, do you think you're not going to change after becoming married? Like, like I think people change through their relationships, right? And I don't think right now that I would be religious, but I do come from a very religious background, so like
I'm pretty
it was possible.
sure Zach started going to church after he started dating a religious girl.
Yeah. So what was also ironic was that I think the day she broke up with me, she was going to take me to church, and I was like, "Cool, okay, I don't mind. We're gonna get brunch afterwards, right?" And she was like, "Yeah." So
Take me to church.
there was a lot of
Worship like again. Sorry.
there was like a lot of like, there's kind of inconsistencies in
We're gonna
what
get
she
DSC, I
says
guess.
and what she does and stuff. But yeah, yeah, I haven't talked to her since then.
Mhm.
I don't know if I will. Maybe I'll just
It's probably best to not, right?
yeah, probably for now, probably not.
All right.
If it
Like one of
happens
the things she
organically,
said,
then it happens organically. But like,
yeah, like one of the things she said when she was bringing up with me.
Wait, sorry. What did you say, Michael?
oh, I just meant like if it happens organically, like
Oh, how happens organically? No,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
because I didn't hear what you said.
just
I
like
yawned. Yeah, so.
meeting and like talking and whatever. It's like if you guys are like going to a club or whatever, and
See, also the thing is, her parents made her quit that club.
oh well,
Wait,
isn't
well,
that
what
just
club
fun?
was it, or do you not want to share?
I'll tell you guys off the air, but
All right, all right, all right.
yeah,
Or just type in a chat, type in a chat.
Yes, it's type of track.
okay, yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, that was okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
Okay.
so
yeah, I don't know.
basically,
That's just fucked.
yeah, and like it's the fact that I exist there, and so they're like, no, banned, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's just
yeah.
fucked.
See, well, I mean, the silver lining is that it's better for me that way because I think if I
Right,
had to
right.
see her, if I had to see her, uh, it would be really rough. So, in a sense, I'm a little glad. Um,
Right.
I do want her to go back to it after I graduate, though. So I was thinking one of the things I could do was like after I graduate, I'd send her a message and be like, "Hey, I mean, you know this now, but I'm gone, so you should go back." Because regardless of whether or not I'm there, I know you like this, and that's how we met. So you should keep doing it. Um,
Yeah. Okay.
so that was
So,
my fucking saga.
all right. It's got on Michael's ass. What
Don't
is
get me
up
called
with
out.
your absence on Tinder? So if I
I know.
recall,
I
are you
guess.
planning on still using it? Are you planning on other apps? Are you like I don't know. Are you thinking about it at all?
I guess it was always like I always had. Okay, so originally when I got to school, my first excuse was about um I was gonna do like some drawing things, and there was basically like I had a project, and I was like, well, I have like a lot of things on my plate, so I'm not gonna add other stuff. And then like I guess as it continued, it's just like more excuses piled up, and I just didn't have plans. But also part of it is like I don't know, I felt like the original reason why I had an interest or like a um realization about this is mostly because like I was like watching some stuff, and it's like I feel like I should at some point start thinking about this more seriously. I mean, like Skylar has. And the answer to that for me is like I'm just not sure when that should be. Like I just feel like I just need to do it at some point, and I can always come up with more excuses. But
Yeah. Because
yeah, I have an excuse right now, and I just
I guess.
no.
It gets harder to do it after college because then you
Yeah,
lose a lot of the places that you could organically meet people, you
right.
know. But I mean, you still have dating apps. So,
Yeah, I mean I don't know. I just
So,
it's
Tiger,
just
have
because
you
like
used dating apps?
sorry, let's finish this and then I have something to talk about.
Okay.
so
Yeah, yeah.
okay so like like part of the thing is like for me I don't really like the social activities I do are like all related to so it's like Pokemon and stuff, and then like I have some friends outside of like the Pokemon club, but like that's not like a place I want to meet people that like to like for like relationship or anything really. And like I don't go to parties because like I just don't want to be in the atmosphere of like drinking and whatever else. Like I just
Well, I don't know about you, but the party, like, I feel like you can't really meet people at parties.
well
It's a
I've
little.
never gone,
It's
so like
just extremely loud music, and then it's like very uh, shallow conversation.
right. I mean
You know what I'm
that's what I would
saying?
imagine.
You don't actually get to meet you don't actually get to know anyone except for like, oh, that's their name and that's that's their vibe. You don't really get to meet people at parties. IMO. So
Right. So I mean, in terms of like organically meeting people, like I don't really have any like I guess at some clubs and stuff. Like I
wait, no
know.
gamer girls at your gaming clubs, dude? Sad.
um, like just for the. I mean, I don't know. Like it's just like for in general. Like I feel like it's not. I don't know. Like the things that like my other housemates do to pick up girls, I guess, is just like not something that I'm not interested in. So it's just like what it is, and so I don't have ways of like organically meeting people really. So if I were to do something, then it would be like go on dating app or whatever, but like or like
Yeah,
try to reach out to other people or something. But like I feel like I'm content with the way things are right now, and actually, I feel like this ties back into the Pokemon thing. It's like I can always make more excuses to not quit
So
Pokemon.
yeah, are you gonna make a? Are you
And it's like the
gonna?
same thing. It's like I'm content with what my situation is right now, and then I just need to force myself to be in to change the status quo.
Ironically, I feel like your situation is like the exact use case for dating apps, right? Like you're kind of busy, you don't have opportunities to really meet women normally, and you don't want to do the things that other people do to meet women. So, uh, like, I think dating apps would ironically be perfect for you. I actually don't think you should use Tinder then, because
Yeah,
Tinder
yeah.
is shallow and kind of hookupy.
Mhm.
So, dude, use like I think was it Bumble and Hinge. There's like the one two that are like a little bit more.
How does
But
Hinge work? Because I know Bumble is like the woman has to match first.
Yeah, woman messages first, so it's the
Yeah,
same type of
sorry,
thing.
yeah, the message first.
The profile is more detailed, um, but after you match, like the woman has to message first,
Uh-huh.
and yeah.
What about Hinge? What's Hinge like? Because I don't know anything
So
about Hinge.
every time you like, so they swap swipes for likes, and every time you like someone, you can also leave them a message, which, in my opinion, is like a little easier. Like usually, what I'll do is I'll like leave a joke or like make a comment about something on their profile. Um, like for example, one of them was like, "We'll get along if you're also a vampire pretending to be human." And then when I liked her, I left a comment being like, "What about a zombie?" And she like laughed at that or something. Um,
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's like it's easier to kind of build like rapport. Otherwise, you start with the "Hey, hello, how are you? I'm good. How are you?" And then like it's fucking this is like awkward. So it's like if
Yeah.
you're kind of biting to and talk about. Um, I tell this to my other friend too, and just be like, just kind of be in the mindset of it being like practice. Don't get too invested in any one girl. Um, unless you're like dating or whatever, right? Like when you're in the online phase, right? Like I'm also of the is fake until proven real mindset, right? Some
All
scams sometimes. Um, and
right.
yeah.
overall, it's like a pretty low risk way to start. Um, I don't even want to call it dating, like a pre dating almost kind of phase, right? Because if it's like a girl in your friend group, right? There's like a risk of making things awkward and all that. If you try anything, so like this is like a really low risk way to kind of do that type of thing.
Right.
Um,
I mean, okay, I'll just put it this way. It probably won't happen while I'm in college because I feel
Well, you're
like,
graduating soon, anyways, and
yeah,
you're moving, right? So,
yeah. Well, I mean that
right.
you know,
Would you
there,
consider getting a profile in August when you move
okay. I mean,
to
I'll
your
consider.
job?
I should consider it, and I should probably even do it. Like, it's not even like a should I?
All right, you know what I'm down for? We can do it at the same time so that we have
Okay.
accountability.
Okay. Accountability. Okay. I'm
yeah,
down.
Accountability, August in August.
we should
Okay.
do it live. We should do it live
We
on the
should
Live on air. No.
on the
Live.
Okay.
podcast.
Okay.
Okay.
Content.
Okay. I mean, the thing is, I feel like it's just right now. There's like too many excuses. Like I mean, at the beginning of this year there were excuses, and then like it's like every time I can always make an excuse. So it's like if someone is there
Yeah.
to make accountability, it'll probably make it easier. Because like
Yeah. Well, let's have a mutual accountability in August.
okay,
Once we're back to where we're supposed to be, or once we're at where we're supposed to be for
Okay.
the foreseeable future.
okay.
Because I also won't be where I am over the summer, so
Right.
there's no reason. Yeah, there's no reason to do it now. Wait, what?
I'm just thinking.
What are you laughing about?
You guys take this so seriously. It's like
Well, I mean,
No,
it's like
the idea is that because because he's saying he's always going to have another excuse to why he doesn't want to do it now. So if we have mutual accountability, then there's no more excuses, right?
true.
because I mean, like I
Also-
can always say like I have other stuff. I mean, everything has like a hint of truth behind it. But like I always have other stuff that I could and should be doing. Like right now, like I should be focusing more on my fucking like drawing or game development or whatever, like other stuff. And
Dude, what happened to your game development, dude?
let's not talk about it.
Okay, so also, like I feel like you guys overestimate the amount of time a girlfriend will take. Like,
I think you overestimate how bad I am at like coming up with jokes for a dating profile.
I
I think you
only have-
underestimate how much time I like I feel like any time to me is like valuable. Like I don't have any like downtime during the day. Like everything I'm doing is like I mean like technically yes, I'm fucking playing video games all day, but like
Yeah, I was going to be like, fucking what?
but like
Also,
Okay.
also,
But, like-
let me finish. Let me
okay,
finish.
okay.
You can play video games with your girlfriend, which is what I did. It's fucking awesome,
Okay.
right?
I mean-
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything with her that I wouldn't normally do anyway, right? We eat, did homework, played video games, went to the gym together. Like there was no like extra. Okay, maybe the only extra commit was I would drive like an extra 2 minutes to like pick her up.
I also don't have a car, so
Well, okay, fine, but then you know,
I mean,
You
that
can
does-
afford a car in the fall. I'm
yeah,
sure.
it does make
Literally
it does
want
make a
to.
difference, but like yeah, I mean it's just like it's just an excuse. Like I recognize everything that I'm saying is an excuse, right? That's my point.
Yeah, that's why we're having this mutual
that-
accountability thing.
That's
for
my
the fall.
point. Is that everything that I say it is valid, but it's also an excuse. And like
You know, it's funny. We're talking about not having excuse and having mutual accountability, but we're coming up excuses to why we don't want to do it
Right,
now.
exactly.
We should push it to 5 months from now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
that's
great.
also why I'm laughing. Yeah, because I'm like these friggin' idiots. You should just do it now. But okay, sure.
I mean that's what I mean. Is like there's always an excuse. I mean, some are more valid than others. Like the fact that I'm gonna move, like the fact that I don't have a card. I'm gonna move soon, within like the next couple months, and then, you know,
Right, is that a valid excuse, Scarlett? Do you think that we're because we won't be here soon?
Well, okay, so I know for Hinge, you don't have to set the location of where you're at. So you can set it to be where you're gonna be and like start
Right,
early.
but say like I'm going to X country over the summer, but I don't want to like I'm not looking to meet anyone there. That's like that's a valid excuse to not get it now, right?
Also, you guys are thinking about it from the perspective of like you guys are gonna get girlfriends from this,
no.
which
I mean, it's just like
is
Well,
a low probability. I think
no.
I would advise you guys to treat it more of like a practice talk to girls simulator.
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
And that's
Like-
fair, but what about
For-
having not
for
having a
both
car?
of you, right?
Because like
Practice breaking the ice, practice being able to like be interesting, practice being able to present yourself.
That's a fair argument. That's a fair
Yeah.
argument.
Like I mean,
So
that's,
maybe we
now.
should do it now instead, Michael. Maybe
fuck.
I mean,
because you don't
don't-
even need to meet with them in person if it like unless right. It's like you might not even get that chance anyways.
Also, I will let you guys
So you
know.
don't need a card.
I will let you guys know. Like you guys probably get way less matches than you're imagining. Like how many matches do you guys think you guys will get?
I don't think I'm imagining.
I
many.
don't. I'm not imagining
imagining-
anything. I have literally zero
Yeah.
expectations.
Yeah, like 0. Yeah.
Because I was probably like, I'll probably get like 1 or 2 a week. Yeah,
No, what the?
Like, maybe, like,
What are you talking about? No, I mean I know it's not that much.
Yeah, it's
I have no
like
idea.
it's kind of rare. So it's I don't know. So what I do is I kind of just like do it like right before I go to sleep. And, like I just swipe whatever, and then like whatever happens, right? And
So
It's
yeah,
just
like I think you guys are putting a lot of stock into it and making this like this heavy, weighty like events that you guys have to like fucking make a pact to do together months from now.
No,
Like
I think the idea is that we're not going to do it individually.
we're
yeah,
not gonna do it unless we make a pact. That's the point.
yeah,
Yes.
let's make a pact to do it fucking now.
Fuck no.
Well,
I already
dude,
made
we
my fucking
gotta
excuses.
Cringe, bro.
the new excuses in the fall.
Yeah, new
We're
excuses.
brainstorming every day for new excuses for the fall
Just,
now.
Fine.
We're just gonna
just
All
move the
right,
fucking
viewers,
goalpost, dude.
leave a comment below. Tell Michael that he should just get off his ass and do it.
It's moving the fucking
no,
goalpost.
okay, no. I think Skylar has a good point though. We're probably better off just doing it as soon as possible to get practice in, right?
Yeah,
And you can also like say you set up your profile now, and then say there's something you don't like. You have time to change it before you move to your new place.
yeah.
I mean, he's
So,
probably right, but I already made my fucking
Skylar's very
excuses. So
okay. Maybe next episode we'll make a
All
new pact to move it forward.
Next episode, dear viewers, I'll convince him.
All right. Okay. So I was originally debating on if I was going to talk about this because I'm still friends with the person, so I don't want to get exposed in the future. Okay.
Hashtag exposed.
Don't get exposed. Don't want to get found out. You know. So there's this girl that I've been friends with for a little bit. So like last semester and this semester, right? And then we hung out a lot over spring break because we were originally planning on going somewhere, but that fell through after some of her friends like pulled out, right?
Okay.
So what?
What?
Okay.
Really?
No, we're talking about like going to visit a place, and then their friends are like, nah.
No.
Okay.
Skylar's just like a fucking sex joke.
Skylar's fucking dumb. So we ended up staying on campus, right? So we hung out a decent amount over campus, and a decent amount like pretty much every day over spring break, right?
Right.
And then at the end of spring break, she basically asked me out, right?
Okay.
And then originally I was like, most immediately I said no.
What?
Because which is why I laughed when you told your story, because originally I said no because first of all she's graduating in like 2 months, right?
Okay.
You fool.
Second of all, we're like pretty good friends, or we're decently good friends, and I feel like if we were to date for 2 months, then I'd lose a friend essentially. So I was like,
absolute buffoon.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I think when someone asks you out, isn't it like burning the bridges no matter what of the friendship? It's like if you say no, isn't that like
well, spoilers to the story. We're still friends now.
Okay.
Spoiler story, but story's not started yet.
Oh,
All right.
no. Tiger's out here friend zoning women.
No. The story's not done. I did not
Yeah,
friend
yeah.
zone her. Okay, right. So, and then so I said no, and then it was like right after we watched. I forgot what we watched, but we watched like a film or TV show or something, right? And then we were done with that thing, right? So like, and then we say bye and stuff. Anyways, I call her later and be like, well, if you think we can try this without like not being friends in the future for like 2 months, I'm down. And she's like, okay, she's down as well. Right, so that happened, right?
Okay.
Major bra moment.
Amazing moment. Well, I have to tell the story in entirety, or else it's like I'm misrepresenting the story.
Right.
Okay.
Right? I can't leave out details like that if I want to tell speak the truth and stuff.
Of integrity here.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. Yeah, okay. So like maybe a few days later, we decided to go on like a demo date, right?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Because the thing is, like, I feel like I don't know about you, but like it's hard. I didn't know how to transition from being friends, just hanging out, because like we did stuff together anyways, to like try and transition that to doing like more romantic stuff, right?
Right. Okay.
Like, first of all, I don't have any experience anyways. I think you guys know that.
Right.
And then second of all, because there's no, like, I guess I'm like defaulting to like what our relationship was already, which was like friends, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I had a hard time doing that. And then, so yeah, so we had the double date. And then a few days later, she texts me. It's like, it's probably better we remain friends because, like, I graduate in 2 months, blah, 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 right?
Right.
So that was that.
And
Yeah.
you're like, bet.
Dude, she was underwhelmed by your performance for sure.
I think so as well. I'm going to be honest.
Right.
But, yeah. I mean, yeah, because, like,
Dude,
yeah.
she already took the first step to ask you out. Ball's already in your court. You just had to fucking take the free throw.
A free throw is kind of hard, though, you know?
I think I think it's probably better. I don't know.
Dude, what? Dude, oh my god, this is painful to listen to. Fuck.
I mean, I feel like it was. I mean, I don't know the details, right? But like it might have been a good experience. I don't know. It's hard to say.
I mean, no, but the thing is, we are still friends though, because we hang out like twice.
Right.
After that, still. So I think it's fine.
That's fine.
I don't know. The thing is, yeah.
Oh man, dude.
It happens. I mean, it's whatever.
It happens. So that's my story. Anyways, I originally didn't know if I wanted to tell that story because we're gonna get exposed. But it's fine. Nobody's gonna find this podcast, right?
Nobody.
Yeah,
I mean, even if they find it, I feel like you didn't even like it's fine, right? Like you didn't say anything weird. I feel like it's fine.
No,
Oh, wait, you're gonna get exposed as in like.
Okay. So there's one more thing, right?
Okay.
So the thing is, after I called her back, right. So that was like, I don't know, that was like a week, 2 weeks ago. I don't remember when spring break, but that was at the end of spring break. So because before that, I thought of her completely as a friend, right? So I didn't like secretly crush on her or anything, right? Okay. But between that and then going on the demo day and then her texting me, I started liking her more, like much more. So that made things like kind of awkward. But I think we're fine.
Bro, this is like fucking.
I didn't want to expose myself.
No, this
I think it's fine. There's no gonna fly from the podcast, right?
It's fine. It's fine. We're
This
just
should happen in middle school.
Chilling.
Should it happen in high school? You said
Middle school.
Oh, middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
I
don't have.
The thing is, in middle school, I wouldn't have. In high school, and middle school, I wouldn't have said like no, right? Because I'm trying to maintain friendship here. And then actually, I was going to bring up this topic earlier when you guys were talking about games, but I didn't. But like, I've had overall a pretty hard time making new friends in college, and I think that's because in the past. Sorry, what?
No, go ahead.
Oh, because I think in the past, most of my friends I made were like around like a mutual hobby, pretty much all games, right?
Right.
But like so far, I don't have a single friend in college that plays games. But that's mostly because I don't like hang out in those crowds.
What the
And
hell?
all of my friends are doing other stuff. And you know how like music works? It's like it's overall is relatively like solitary,
right?
Like hobby. You don't like very rarely do you play music with someone else, right?
Right.
And then so I don't have a single friend in college that like plays games or like is very very I don't know, immersed in the internet culture and stuff. Like all my friends in college are super normie. They like don't know what Twitch is.
Oh wow, really?
So
blessing.
Yeah.
I have a very small like I don't know about you, Tiger, but like my group of friends in college is very small, but like I would consider most of my friends I've made like very tight knit, like kind of people like my relationships. I only have like I don't know. I would say there's maybe like 3 people that I really like talk to in college, and then like I have like maybe like a handful of extra acquaintances, like 20 or something. But, like I don't really talk to that many people from UCSD actually. Like it's like my roommate, and then the guy who got me the referral to Amazon, and then one other guy who I do a lot of my work with, and then like I have a few other acquaintances that I talk to every once in a while, but like I just don't really have that many friends at UCSD.
Damn, you guys are playing solo mode.
Yeah, so like Yeah, so
Well,
that's what I'm saying because
I feel
like
like it's
so overall I've had a hard time making friends. So I was like kind of trying to not lose a friend.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
Right.
why it was extra important for me to not.
Dude,
Yeah.
a girlfriend is still your friend. I feel like
No, but like
Not if you like date for 2 months
if
and
you
then
date
not
for
become
2 months,
friends.
then it's fucking
You
GG,
can't
right?
go
Like
back
if
to
you
being friends.
right.
Yeah, realistically speaking.
I don't know, man.
I
I
mean,
mean, just like if you think slightly long term, like if you don't think with your dick, right? If you just think like a year from now, right? Like if we were to date for 2 months, realistically, we're not going to be friends in a year, right? But I mean, it's
I
right.
mean, yeah, you're either gonna
So
still be dating or you're not gonna be friends anymore. So
yeah, I mean, realistically, we're not going to be
yeah,
dating either because she's
realistically,
graduating.
right,
But I'd rather just maintain a friendship,
right.
and so because yeah, I just don't have that many friends at the college or that it's associated with the college. Mostly, I haven't been hanging out the gamer group, and I just don't. Yeah. So
You guys like try to go out and like meet people, or do you just kind of like try to let it happen to you?
define go out. I don't go to bars if that's what I don't to go to bars if that's what
Or
you're
like
talking about.
join new clubs and
I did my first 2 years, and then like I tried to like wait, so like I mean I don't know, like it's hard to say, but because like it's not really the same, but as like actually like I wasn't actively doing it, I guess, but like I went to like clubs and I tried to like make some friendships that and like talk to people in my classes and like ask to like fucking go eat or whatever kind of thing, just like have relationships, and then like out of the like I don't know 15 20 people that I like met, like ended up being that like three of them ended up being like my very close friends or whatever, or like five or whatever at the time, and then a couple of them graduated. But like, and then like during COVID and then like after I got back, like I have not made any effort to meet new people.
Mhm.
Other
Yeah, I
than
think for me, yeah, sorry.
yeah, other than just like going to
Sure.
the club that I'm literally in charge of, and then like I mean I've met some people there, but like they're not like close relation. They're not people that I would talk to outside of the context of the club, basically. So
bro, it's a
Yeah,
dark day when I'm considered the social one of us.
I mean, yeah.
yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
for me, like I've hung out with a lot of people from clubs and stuff. So like we're like, I wouldn't say friends because maybe our threshold of friends is different. But like if we hang out a couple of times, but we don't talk that much, I don't really consider a friend, right?
Yeah, I would say like
It's more
they're a
like
friend for
acquaintance
me
still.
if I can talk to them about something that's not related to like the context that we
Okay,
generally be
sure.
in.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like if like the people I would consider friends was like if I can message them about like something um and like that I know that they like or whatever, but it wasn't like something that I don't know, like if I met someone through a Pokemon club and I talked to them about Pokemon, then like that's like not really a friend, like that's just like an acquaintance or something.
yeah. Okay.
But if
Yeah.
I
So if we go
message
by that definition, yeah.
if I message like someone from a Pokemon club about like basketball or something, then like that means that like we have like I have a reason to talk to them outside of just the original context we I met them in.
Yeah. So yeah. So if we go by that, like most of the time, I don't know. I feel like I just don't click as often with people nowadays. I feel
I
like it's
think
super
it's
easy to make friends in high school though.
I think it's because in high school, well, I mean, part of it is because we were all living together and like it's unavoidable for us to make contact and stuff. But like part of it is also just like in high school, you you're like more of a reason, like it's more organic relationships and stuff. At least for me, because like in college, just straight up, like I don't like if I go to lecture, like I'm just sitting in a lecture room, right? Like there's no, I'm not gonna talk to the person next to me like about something random. But like in high school, like because we're gonna be eating together, we're gonna be like fucking having a bunch of classes together when it's like a small discussion room, and like every like most of everyone in your class and whatnot. Like it's just easier to build relationships.
Dude, wait,
Like
that reminds me of a story.
what's up?
Like you were saying how you don't like talk to people in lecture and stuff. Dude, flashback 2 years ago, I was in this like controls, actually it wasn't controls, signals course. And this like guy just started talking to me, whatever, and we like we didn't even become friends. Like we traded contact information, and like that was it. I think we were originally going to help each other on like homework problems and stuff, and then I found out he's like not the brightest, so I'm like, all right, I can't really get help from you, so I'm just gonna talk to other people. Dude, flash forward 2 years. Flash
Right.
forward 2 years, I'm like ordering food at a Korean restaurant, right? And then the cashier is like, "Hey, did I take a class with you?" And I look at him. I'm like, "Oh shit, it's the dude from 2 years ago." And I'm like, "Oh, how you been?" And he's like, "Oh, failed that course and dropped that, and they kicked me out." And I'm like, "Okay,
The fuck?
What
yeah,
the fuck? That's kind
yeah,
of intense.
yeah." And then I was like, and he's like, "So how you been?" I'm like, it's my last semester, I guess. I'm gonna graduate soon. Um, I got like a job, whatever. And then I felt awkward at this point to ask him like what his plans were because he fucking got kicked out of school, right?
Yeah.
And so, and then I'm like, so like how you been? I guess. And then he was like, "Oh, yeah, COVID's been kind of rough, and dropped out of school, so I'm working here now." And I'm like, "Cool, cool. Are you gonna try to go back to school?" And he's like, "Yeah, I liked my major and I like what we were doing. We're actually the same major." Um, so
Dude,
yeah, and then
yeah,
I
but
just felt really awkward, and they kept trying to talk to me. And I'm like, haha, yeah, thanks. Can I have a receipt? And then I get my receipt. I just gotta walk away.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. But like, yeah, this completely had no bearing on what Mike was. I mean, okay, so I guess the one relevant point was like talking to people in lecture and stuff.
yeah, well, because it's just like 90% of, like 99% of my lectures nowadays, it's of my classes now. Actually, all my classes nowadays, like in freshman year, there's a few classes I took that freshman and sophomore year, there's a few classes I took that were like smaller sections, but like all my classes are going to be at like 100 plus people. So like you're not going to talk to the other students unless like it's a group project or whatever. And the thing is, for most of my group projects, I have like a group of friends in CS that I like know already. So like I talk to them. Like if it's a group project, then I'll like it'll be one of those guys basically. So I'm not going to meet new people that way. And then like in high school, like if everyone in the fucking discussion room, like if it's like 20 people, 15 people, or whatever, like you're gonna know everyone in the room basically, like by in a couple months in. So
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I brought that up because that's why I was cautious in
right,
dating a friend.
So,
So
so
that's
you
why.
guys just don't like just hang out with people you don't really know and like try to get to know them more.
like
Well,
like in what
how do I even
context?
go about to
What
in
in what
what
context?
like I don't like text people up that I barely know. Be like, yo, you want to grab lunch? I don't do that.
Or like whatever groups you guys are in, they don't do like get-togethers and stuff.
See, that's the thing
Sort
though. Like
of, a
the
little
groups
bit.
that I'm in, like I know the groups like basically the there's like I guess there's like three groups that like I kind of know in college, and then they're like relatively self-contained. So like I know all the people in those three groups, and like I would say that a lot of those are my acquaintances, and then in each of those three groups I have like a close friend, right? And then that's it. Like I don't like they don't go outside of their groups kind of thing. So like I don't meet new people because like how am I going to meet new people that if those groups don't have their like those groups don't have new people either, and I'm not reaching out to other people kind of thing.
Well, you know what I did? Actually, this happened like a week ago. I just went through like the master list of all the clubs in my university, and then I just like all the ones that seemed interesting, and then I joined a few, and so I'm like hoping to meet some people in there. And then what surprises me sometimes, like I'll look in like the member list for like the group chat and stuff, and I'll see like one or two people that I like sort of know.
Yeah, but that's
So
the thing for me though is like it's just I like there was a
Yeah.
few clubs that I would go. Well, this is what I like in freshman and sophomore year. I would actually go to the clubs, but now it's like it's such a pain for me because I rarely am near campus anyway. So
yeah, the
like
dynamic is a little different when you're a senior, I think, because you're in
yeah.
the back of my mind, you're like, well, I'm gonna be gone soon anyway. What the hell's the point, right?
Yeah, I mean, also like there were like a few things like I was thinking about like because over the summer, what's the last year actually? I don't remember, but some time ago I started playing OSU like over quarantine, and one of my close friends plays a lot of OSU, and he's like the president of the OSU club, And so I was like, maybe I'll stop by one of the some of the OSU events, but then like it just happened like the first few meetings that I had like group projects that I needed to work on during those meetings, and then like by like the third or fourth meeting, I'm like, I mean, it's kind of awkward now because like I can't really go there because it's just like everyone's gonna. Well, I mean, I could, I guess, but like it's just I'm not that good at OSU. Like I'm not that interested. I don't even fucking play the game anymore at this point, and then it's like I don't know. Like I feel like I lost my opportunity. I could have gone at the beginning of the year, but
Just try to giga
Yeah.
chat through it, dude.
I mean, I still have two years left technically, so I'm definitely going to try to join more clubs. I joined a good amount of clubs at the start of this year, but I left a lot of them because I didn't have the time commitment to do all of them.
Right.
So I'm still in a few of them, and then but this is like the criteria you gave, right? The thing is, like, most of the people that I know from those groups, I only like talk to or hang out with them in context of whatever that activity is, right?
right.
Like, very rarely do I don't reach out to the music guys if it's like a non-music thing. If that makes sense.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
like it depends. Like basically, if I'm willing to like DM them, I would say that like maybe they're like a friend potentially, but like they're or like just maybe just an acquaintance or something. But like
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like harder for me now. I mean, I'm not surprised that it's harder to make friends as because it's just like everyone has their own interests as they go on, and like that's why like I'm not like I don't feel like I have a lack of friends. I'll put it that way. I don't feel like I have a need to meet
Yeah.
new people.
I feel like
but
I don't have a lack of friends in general, but I have a lack of friends on campus specifically, if that makes sense.
yeah, I mean that's fair.
Yeah.
Damn, I kind of feel like I have a lack of friends, but all right.
Wait, in
'Cause-
general? Really? How many? I feel like I have a lot of close friends, like, in general.
Really?
Just most of them are not are not at my university. Yeah. Like high school friends from before high school, right? So Kent slash before Kent.
So like for me, like I have the
No
guys at seating. Like I would consider like you guys are my closest friends, and then the guy who referred me to Amazon, my roommate, and then I have some guys who I talk to a lot about other stuff in terms of like in Pokemon stuff. Like they're I guess online friends if you want to put it that way. That I'm pretty close with. And so like in general, I feel like I don't have a lack of like I even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to talk to all of my like close friends in a day. Let's put it that way. Like that's like the amount of friends I feel like it means like I don't feel like I don't talk to people enough or whatever kind of thing. So
Yeah.
like in that sense, I don't feel like I have a lack of friends. But in terms of meeting new people, that does mean that because I'm not actively looking for new people to meet, it also means I'm not actively looking to meet like people for like dating or like meeting new people for that kind of thing either.
Yeah.
Nothing is organic.
Well,
Yeah.
If you don't think it's a problem, then it's all good, I guess. Because for me, it's like you guys, I feel like I know a lot of people, but I also feel like the number of close friends that I have is pretty small too. So.
No. Well, I think the number of close friends I have is like
What's
good.
the number of close friend that you think is ideal?
Maybe like 5, 6.
Okay.
I probably have more than 5 or 6.
I think I have 5 or 6. I have 6. Let me count.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
to me,
yeah.
The criteria is like, can I hit him up anytime with anything and feel comfortable doing so?
Oh, wait. Then your definition is even less strict than mine, I think. Because
What would your
if that's the case,
definition of
then
a
there's
close friend
more.
be?
I guess be comfortably talk about rather personal stuff, assuming they're also comfortable talking about it.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4,
Like sharing rather personal stuff.
5. I would say I have like 5. Maybe I can depending on how I stretch the definition, it could go up to like 7 or 8, I guess. But probably
Yeah.
Oh no, probably 6. 6
Yeah.
people. I like 6 people And if I stretch the definition, it could go up to maybe like 10. But like,
Yeah,
if
by
you're going,
Skylar's definition, it's more though. Because then Skylar's definition, like most people in seating would count. Like other
yeah,
than
yeah,
you guys. Like even even like Alex.
yeah. I mean, I
I
mean,
would not talk super personal stuff one on one with Alex. I'll say that on the record.
yeah,
So
I
that's why I
wouldn't
wasn't
either. I
originally
just don't think
counting
we're
him.
close enough. Like,
Yeah.
like we we're just only slightly interested in each other's personal lives outside of our like
Yeah.
mutual hobbies. One sec, one sec.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'd be totally fine hitting up Alex with the favor anytime. I don't know. Yeah.
So okay, I guess this goes back to like why I liked my girlfriend was like because I felt like she saw all sides of me because like all the different friends group that I'm in, I feel like they see like a specific slice of me and they see like me in that context. They don't know like the whole me. So like if you put them all together, then I guess I'm okay.
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
Individually and like group wise, it's not as fulfilling. I guess.
Yeah.
Not as complete.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. I know what you're
Also,
saying.
like, your relationship with those people is different. Uh, Depending on the like there's this one club I'm in, and there's like really clearly like an in group, and that's like the people in the exec and like their immediate friends, and there's like a sort of secondary friend group with like a few of the
I
social
think
people.
that's normal. I
don't
think that's
vibe
normal.
with.
It's pretty normal.
And there's
Yeah.
like stragglers,
That's-
like the rest of the
That's
club.
usually, yeah. I think that's usually what happens. That's common.
What kind of annoys me about that group though is that they try to paint this picture of unity, and they're clearly not. You know, like
Well, I mean, like,
after a club meeting, they'll be like, "Oh, let's go to his like X person's place," but then they won't invite everyone, right? Like it's only like a few people, and then they just like leave immediately after and go, you know, or they'll like go eat together, but like not invite everyone else. I think, which is fine, kind of understandable actually, because they're also seniors, and in my book, if when you're a senior, you want to like spend the last bit of your time with people you actually like and care about, and maybe not quote unquote waste time meeting new people. But it does feel kind of shitty on the inside. And then like there's also other like for example like in the Kendall Club, I'm the president now, right? So like even if I want to hang out more with the younger kids or whatever, like it feels kind of awkward. And so I understand when they don't like invite me to stuff, and like the dynamic is a little different, right?
right. Well, I mean, like for me, like here's like a few. So one of my like out of those three groups, like one of them is like the Pokemon Club. So like it's me and my roommate. We're like really close, and like I'm down to talk about like fucking anything with him. And like he shares like whatever issues he's going through, and I'll share whatever issues I'm going through and whatever, and give each other advice and whatever. But like within the other rest of the members of the Pokemon Club, like there are other people there that I know and that like I'll talk to, and during the club time I'll be like talk about whatever the fuck. But I don't, I'll ask them how they're doing and everything. But like I won't really like talk to them outside of that. And then like another friend group I'm in, I'm close with two of the guys, but like they're friends with like their friends, like so like basically the friends of my friends, like I'm not that close with. Like I know who they are, and I can like maybe like I know what they look like, and like I've talked to them on a few occasions, but like I don't really know much about them other than that, and I don't like hang out with those guys. You know
I
what I
just
mean?
know what they look like. Yeah,
No, but
yeah,
that's my point, right? Like it's
yeah.
like I've met them on occasions, but like it's not.
Peripheral.
Yeah, they're like acquaintances, basically.
All right. Let's wrap it up. We're about, I don't know, a bit over.
It's 2 hours 13 right now. But,
Yeah. Well, overall good episode, I think. I was talking about a lot of stuff.
Something like that.
Stuff like that.
Well, yeah.
Is there anything you guys want to say?
Welcome to season 2. Apologies that it took so long.
Dude, ain't
I
nobody
think
fucking watching the show.
Season
we got
Ain't-
Busy.
ain't
I'm
nobody-
glad nobody watches this because you know
Nobody except
we
for
share
us
a lot
are
of
watching
stuff.
this.
I like
Yeah.
to pretend that I'm famous. Like, isn't this kind of fun? I like to pretend that I have viewers.
You're pretending you have viewers. I'm glad we don't have viewers because I feel like we've said so much that we could get doxxed at this point. We've said our names. We basically said where we live.
Dude, we
Basically,
get 500% get thoughts.
yeah. Like,
It's
It's
a
okay.
little spice.
glad
for
nobody
me.
watches this.
All right, let it be known that I originally wanted to go with pseudonyms, but then these other two wanted to use our real names. So,
I mean, we already talked
No,
about
no,
fucking incriminating
I
information.
think, yeah, I think it just like slips, like right, because and after it slips once, you might as well just screw it, right? It's
It
fine.
doesn't matter. It's fine. It's whatever.
It's fine. Nobody watches anyway, so it's fine. And if it does start picking up, we'll just private the videos. It's fine. Yeah, dude, we cannot have this outside. We're actually gonna get canceled in like 20 years. Actually, I'm not even trolling. We're gonna get canceled in 20 years.
Fucking yeah.
Dude, if one of you guys become like famous or something, actually though, we're gonna get canceled.
what did we say that's canceled?
I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So.
Let them come.
All right.